Next up here, we've got Western Kentucky and Troy. Very, very good group of 5 matchup here, actually. Troy, 3.5-point home favorites, and the total 57.5 in this one. I actually lean Western Kentucky a little bit. I know Western Kentucky was a rough day for them against Ohio State, 63-10. But whenever I get Austin Reed and this great passing offense of Western Kentucky as an underdog, I'm definitely more interested in backing them. And their track record as an underdog, going back to last year has been decent. And South Alabama in the bowl game, they were a 3.5-point dog. They won 44-23. And Troy's defense is not as good, I think, this year as it was last year. We've seen some vulnerability from them this year. They gave up 42 to Kansas State, 30 to Stephen F. Austin. Now, last week they played well against James Madison, but still lost the game. Their offense with Gunnar Watson is still a tough offense to lay points with. And Western Kentucky did lose to Troy last year, but it was 34-27 Troy. It was a competitive game. Troy was a dog. Troy was a double-digit dog, or not a double-digit dog, but 5.5-point dog last year, and they won 34-27. Now they're a 3.5-point favorite. I think the value with pendulum has swung the other way. I definitely lean in Western Kentucky here, plus 3.5. I don't think this is nearly the same Troy defense either. So I think Reed and company can have a nice day of it. What do you think here, Con?
Yeah, there's a lot of love for Troy. Didn't get it done last week, and now laying 3 in the hook here. I think Western Kentucky bounced back in this one. I think Austin Reed, they still had 280, just too many mistakes against Ohio State to really put any points up in this one. And we know their defense is in the 120s, a lot of categories for Western Kentucky. So Troy should be able to move it as well. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking at the over in this game. And I do like the dog. Troy, better watch it. They might be a little bit better all around, but I'm not so sure. I think this could be an upset.
Yeah, I would lean over too. I mean, I am always usually scared with Troy overs because they're not a good offensive team, very good defense in the past, and they play slow, but not the same defense this year. I do think we're starting to see it's just they're not nearly as good on the defensive side of the football this year.
I think Gunnar Watson and them could score too. I mean, they should be able to get high 20s, I think, against Western Kentucky, maybe. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think there's some truth to that. So I don't argue with that lean toward the over there either.